Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of, the Wrestling Forum. I'm good old MF Michael Fletcher, alongside Anthony Florio, Didi Woodson, and Michael Bullock, and we are going to be recapping Extreme Rules that went down just a few moments ago from the Wells Fargo Arena in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The Philadelphia, we're home! But when it comes down to it, guys, I hate to say it, bearer of bad news, Monday Night Raw, a beast just took your belt. Too bad, so sad, sorry, not sorry. Raw is screwed. Big time tonight. But until we get to there, we got to get through some other stuff. So, first thing we got is the pre-show fights. Obviously, we never talk about pre-show live, but whatever. But we might need to get into this because of the fact that the first fight of the night was Shinsuke Nakamura versus Finn Balor. This is over on the SmackDown side for the Intercontinental Championship. Winner of the bout in 7 minutes and 40 seconds. And new Intercontinental Champion, the artist formerly known as Shinsuke Nakamura. He wins the title, his first time ever as Intercontinental Champion, and I gotta say, this was beautifully done. I'm a little surprised that Nakamura won the title. I think we all are probably in an agreement thinking that at the end that it was probably going to be Balor walking out with the belt. I don't think none of us thought that Balor was going to lose it. Well, unfortunately for Balor, he did lose it. He drops it in Philly tonight, and unfortunately, it is what it is. All right, second fight of the night in the pre-show era, it was Drew Gulak putting the Cruiserweight Championship of the World against the Supreme Athlete Tony Nese. But when it was all said and done, it was Drew Gulak successfully defending the Cruiserweight Championship. He is still the champion. So that's it for the pre-show. So we go right into the main card. Starts it off with a no-holds-barred tag team fight. The Undertaker and Roman Reigns versus Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre. When it was all said and done, Taker and Roman wins the match in 17 minutes. I gotta say, nice start to the show. Yeah, it was clunky in a few minutes in the match itself. I think a lot of people were thinking that the fight was going to be a little more better, but I gotta say it looked good. I gotta give credit where credit's due. Look, Taker actually looked better than he did in Saudi Arabia. This is probably the best I've seen Taker look in a long time, actually. So I got to give credit for him. He looked motivated. He looked good. Roman was Roman. Shane looked fine. But at the end of the day, Taker and Roman wins the match. I could give this about maybe 2.5, 3 stars. This was a solid fight. Great opener. Nothing more to say. Anthony Florio, come on in. Give me your thoughts.
Well, I'll tell you, MF, 3 to 3.25 stars is my rating for this as well. This was a well-done matchup. I thought everybody played their parts great. And, yeah, Undertaker, what can you say? I mean, he looks great. I mean, he's definitely got a few more matches in him. No question about it. And let me just I was very surprised. I mean, when Bullock told me before the pay-per-view even started that that this was going to be the leadoff match, I was like, what? I'm like, really? I couldn't believe it. But nonetheless, here we are, and it ended up being the opening match, and which I thought was a great idea because you want to you got a rowdy crowd, and definitely needed a way to get it going. A strong execution of the match, given all the players involved. It was the right finish, and it played out in dramatic fashion with some sense of jeopardy along the way. So, yeah, so there's really nothing more to say on that. I'm gonna give this. I'm actually gonna give it a solid 3.25 stars for the effort. So, the Megabolic, even though I'm not really in the best of moods right now, you, on the other hand, you, my friend, you got what you wanted to start the show. Your man, vintage Undertaker, tombstone on Shane O'Mac, and I know that made you one happy son of a gun.
Oh yeah, this definitely made me one happy son of a gun. And all I can say is Shane McMahon got exactly what he deserved. And yeah, I mean, when I heard that this match was going to kick off Extreme Rules, I was a little surprised as well. I mean, I mean, uh, uh, I mean, uh, I mean, we knew this match eventually was going to happen, but I was thinking, guys, more like midway through the pay per view. I mean, wouldn't you guys agree on that? I mean, I
I
would.
absolutely agree.
Yeah, yeah, but for them to put it at the beginning was a total surprise. And yeah, the Undertaker. I mean, he looks really good. Probably the best I've seen in quite a while from him. Uh, yeah, I could definitely give this a 2.5 to 3 star match. Uh, yeah, certainly a good way to Undertaker look good. I mean, Roman Reigns even looked good. So yeah, so I got a feeling that maybe this could extend into SummerSlam. Well, especially regarding the Undertaker, because there are rumors going about that the Undertaker is gonna possibly face Drew McIntyre at SummerSlam. And Florio and Didi, I told you this, Fletch, you're hearing this from me for the first time. The rumor, the rumored match between Undertaker and Drew McIntyre at SummerSlam, from what I heard, it may not be a regular match. Any guesses, Fletch? What do you think it could be?
Only thing I could think of is maybe Casket or Hell in a Cell.
Oh, you had the first one right. That's the rumor I've been hearing.
Ah.
They could have the Undertaker and Drew McIntyre in a casket match at SummerSlam. But this is just a rumor I heard. I mean, as we always like to say, take it with a grain of salt or read into it what you will. So, yeah, so 2.5 to 3 stars. Definitely a good way to start off Extreme Rules. So, Didi Woods and let's just say the dead man buried Shane McMahon 6 feet under and got what he deserved.
The dead man cometh, and the dead man pretty much cleaned house. That's for sure. And I would definitely say you cannot call Shane McMahon the best in the world since he just lost to Taker. Yeah. Shane, you just got tombstone to hell, so no more of this I'm the best in the world crap. No. We're done. We're done with that. You're not the best in the world. I think that pretty much put the nail in the coffin for that. So yeah. I'm gonna give this 3 to 3.5 stars. I thought it was a very well done match. And I'm not surprised with the ending. But I am glad to see that it was Shane that did take it. So this, I would definitely say this would definitely lead up to that casket match, just from the way this match went. So yeah, not much more I'm going to say about it. Fletch, it's yours.
All right, and I just want to put a little sidebar on this, and yeah, I totally agree. This was definitely a great victory for Taker, a bounce back for him. A lot of people kind of gave him a lot of grief over the match, as it pertained to him and Goldberg, at the Super Showdown, and now this was actually better. So he had a better performance. I think a lot of people feel a lot more comfortable about Taker, and hopefully, if it is a casket match with Drew McIntyre, we'll wait and see what happens there. So, yeah, nothing more to say. We'll dive right into the next fight, which was for the Raw Tag Team titles. It was the Revival putting the titles on the line against the Usos. At the end of the night, the winners of the bout, 12 minutes and 35 seconds. It was the Revival, Scott Dawson, Dash Wilder, successfully defending the titles of Anthony. Valiant effort by the Usos, but at the end of the night, like you always do, say yeah. The Revival are still the tag team champions.
I had my doubts. I honestly did. I mean, I thought this was going to be tailor-made for the Usos to walk out with the Raw Tag Team Championship because of the booking of the Revival in recent months and weeks. But nonetheless, 2 3/4 to a solid 3 stars. This was a good tag team match. The Revival seemed to be in the midst of an actual good faith push with not only a title reign, but the announcers touting them sincerely and then being booked to get a relatively clean win over a tag team that has dominated the tag team division for the last several years in Jimmy and Jey Uso. But I got a feeling this feud is far from over. But nonetheless, a solid match. But in all honesty, surprise outcome. I really thought the Usos were going to take it. I thought they were going to make the Revival look weak again. But thankfully, they're finally taking this team seriously. They should have taken them seriously all along. And I couldn't be happier with this outcome. I was pleasantly surprised. So nothing more to say on this. I'm gonna give this a solid. I'm actually gonna bump that up to a solid 3. I don't like 2 3/4. I'm gonna give it a solid 3 for the effort. So nothing more to say. Michael Bullock. The only thing we have left to say is say yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I had my doubts too when it came to this. I mean, I thought the Usos were gonna go over and become tag team champions again, but to me, I think they did the right thing here. And who knows? Now with this, maybe now we can start taking the Revival seriously now after this. So yeah, I'll give it a solid 3 stars as well. So yeah, it was a solid match, and yeah, there's really nothing more that needs to be said. Well, let's just say a certain someone here got this one right. Oh yeah, that would be you, Dee Dee Woodson.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna give you props, girl. You were the only one that went with them, and you were proven right.
Yeah. Yeah, I had that feeling that they would, but I wouldn't have been upset to see the Usos win it. In fact, I kind of was rooting for the Usos to win it in the end anyway. But I had a feeling it was going to be the Revival tonight. But this was a good match. They did great work between the 4 of them, with the Revival picking up the strong win. I think this feud may continue it. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see how that goes. But yeah, this was a pretty good match, so I'm going to give it a 3 as well. So not much more I'm going to say about it. Fletch, it's yours.
Next up on the fight card, we had Aleister Black going one-on-one with Cesaro. When it was all said and done, the winner of the bout, 9 minutes, 45 seconds, was Aleister Black. Michael Bullock, you get to lead off on this one.
What was the time of the fall again? I couldn't quite make it out.
9:45.
All right. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I thought this was a solid match here. I mean, I thought both competitors looked real good, but to me, in the end, the right person went over. Aleister Black. I mean, I thought he looked really good in his first singles match when it comes to a pay-per-view. So yeah, I'll give it about maybe I'll give it about maybe a 2.5 to 3 as well. So nothing more to say. Didi Whitson, how do you think Aleister Black did against the Swiss Superman?
I think he did very, very well. I mean, with this being his first singles match on the main roster, he did a lot of very well done leg work and kicks and everything. So yeah, it was a very entertaining match, and I really liked the way they came off with it. So yeah, I'm going to actually hit it more with a 3.5 because I thought it was a very well done match. So Fletch, it's yours.
Solid fight, no doubt about it. I'll get his 3.25, 3.5. Aleister Black looked really good. Cesaro actually looked good in defeat. I know this was something that a lot of people were a little worried about. Was Cesaro going to get buried? He was having quite some momentum on Raw lately, and I thought he looked pretty good. But Aleister Black definitely is a rising star, and you want to give Black the opportunity. His buddy Ricochet already was making a big name on Monday Night Raw. Black on SmackDown Live, and all of a sudden, now Aleister Black gets a big win over a valued superstar like Antonio Cesaro. If you want to call this technically Raw versus SmackDown, this would be a SmackDown victory, but I'm not counting it like that. But this was definitely a solid and good fight. So, nothing more to say. Anthony Floyo, I give it to you.
Yes, 2 3/4 to 3 stars. That was a really good 10-minute match. Not quite long enough to feel epic, but they did a great job with the time that they had. So no big surprise with the outcome. So I say we just move on.
And shifting gears, we go to the SmackDown Women's title fight. A handicap match, 2-on-1. Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss versus Bayley. Bayley putting the title on the line. And if there was a pinfall or submission, if Bayley lost, then Alexa Bliss wins the title. Well, when it was all said and done, the winner of the bout, 10 minutes and 30 seconds, and still SmackDown Women's Champion, Bayley. She wins the match. She keeps the title. Didi Woodson, you must be one very happy camper right now.
Oh yeah, I mean, I do like Nikki Cross. She's a very good wrestler, and I like the way her character is. Not crazy about the fact that she's hung all over Alexa right now, but I was kind of surprised. I mean, Alexa didn't turn on her in the end or anything. They kept it, fairly decent. Now, whether it's going to happen tomorrow on Raw or not, that's a whole different story. We'll have to wait and see then. But no, at least tonight, it was decent how they ended it. I'm going to give it probably about 2.5. Because Bayley did overcome the odds of having the two competitors and came off with a big clean win in the end. So yeah, I have nothing bad to say about it. It was good for what it was worth. So yeah, Fletch, it's yours.
Two, 2.25, no doubt about it. I'll give that my rating. Good match, solid fight. But I'm happy. Bayley wins. Bayley definitely is now proven herself to be a worthy champion. Continues to rise above the fray and everything else. And I don't think there's really nothing else to say. I mean, the right person won. Successful title defense. Congratulations. Hopefully now they'll give somebody a better challenger for Bayley down the line. Now, I heard something about maybe Sasha coming back around SummerSlam, and maybe she might be going after the title next, but you never know. That's just a rumor I heard. Maybe they go to the well again, maybe with Charlotte. And then there was a rumor, a crazy rumor, of Ronda Rousey. Now, if you guys know, Fox is getting SmackDown Live coming up in October, and they are begging, wanting Ronda to be on their show. Maybe put her as the SmackDown Women's Champion, let her run with it on the SmackDown run. Or do we go that route? We'll wait and see. So at the end of the day, we'll wait and see what happens. But there's a lot of scenarios for the great champion right now. Bayley, you definitely got the target on your back, and there's a lot of people that we could think of that could be suitable opponents for her. So we'll see. Anthony Florio, it's all yours.
This was the second worst fight of the night for me. 2.25 stars. I do agree. The match was fine, but it seemed like they totally punted on any angle during or after the match, though. I mean, they did a solid job of building it. You know, it felt like a TV type match, and you know, I was expecting to see the boss show back up here, maybe to help Bayley win and then turn on her after, setting up that rumored SummerSlam program. But you know, but unfortunately, none of that happened here tonight, and that's the first I'm hearing about the Ronda Rousey rumors. I mean, yes, I do know about SmackDown Live. We all know SmackDown's going to Fox. It'll premiere on Friday night, October the 4th. It'll be at the Staples Center in Los Angeles. I heard they've been trying to get some, big names for the big shows, for that big show. The Rock, they're trying to get The Rock for that. They're trying to get Ric Flair for that. And they're also trying to get some big name Hollywood celebrities for it. But man alive, MF, if SmackDown Live were to get Ronda Rousey and she were to be the one that ultimately dethroned Bayley and become SmackDown Women's Champion, oh my goodness, that SmackDown Women's division, oof, oh my gosh, scary. You think about who they already have. You already have your Baileys, you've got your Nikki Crosses, you got your Charlotte Flairs, and everybody else, and the Kabuki Warriors and all them. I mean, you get Ronda Rousey on top of that. Oh my goodness, that's scary to think about. So we'll see in due time. So nonetheless, I was originally gonna call this the worst fight of the night, but there was one that was actually worse than this. So it's not that it was like blah. It was just it felt like TV quality. It didn't really wow me. So like Randy Jackson would always say on Idol, this was just for me. So that's all there is to say on that. So 2.25 stars. Bullock, let's move on. Bullock, move on to you.
Yeah, I'll give it about 2.25 stars. I mean, it was fine. I mean, it wasn't really anything to write home about. So I'm just gonna move on to Dee Woodson. Or wait a minute.
No,
Did
it
you
goes
already
back
talk
to
about
me.
it?
Yeah, she let off.
I'm
she
sorry.
let off.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Oh, that's all right. That's all right. No problem. No, Dee led off. So now we go into the next fight, which was last man standing. Braun Strowman versus Bobby Lashley. Braun wins the match in 17 minutes and 30 seconds. Mike Bullock, I think there's a little something you do when Braun wins the match.
Me and Florio do it, and it is Raw.
Yep. You could be roaring tonight because, man, oh man, this one went all over the place. They were going for property damage on this one. So, yeah, this was a crazy fight. Good match. Solid fight. They used the elements and everything to the T. I enjoyed it. This was a very good last man standing fight. I got to give this 3 stars. I don't think that you can go any better than that. I mean, it got a lot of time. Yes, it was slow and plotty in some moments, but at the end of the day, the right decision was made. Give Braun Strowman the win. He deserves the victory. This guy's been busting his you-know-what for a long time now. Big win. Nothing more to say. So, yeah, congratulations, Braun Strowman. Well done. Nothing more to say. Anthony Florio, it's yours.
sleeper fight of the night for me. 3.5 to 4 stars for me. I mean, this was wow. I mean, first we had to endure the arm wrestling contest, brutal. Then we had to endure the tug of war, brutal. But the last 2 times these two have gotten it on, the Falls Count Anywhere, which started that Raw 2 weeks ago, and that's when this turnaround started. Even though we had a blah show last week, I mean, unbelievable. And I know I probably rated it too high, but I don't give a damn. And this to me was so fun to watch. I mean, it was so exciting, and yeah, there were the slow moments. I will give you that, but at the same time, I mean, it had the feel of a Be a Man fight. There were some great spots in this match. One notable spot was when Strowman threw Lashley into the international row of announcers and actually took out the Japanese announcers, Shun Yamaguchi and Funaki, SmackDown's #1 announcer. I was concerned for their well-being, obviously, but excuse me on that. But nonetheless, that spot at the end, right up there with that epic spot from Raw 2 weeks ago, and then Braun Strowman, cutting and ripping his way through that wall out of the Kool-Aid Man. I mean, wow. I mean, but the brawl in the concourse and the stunt bump finish, just amazing. And so, and the crowd made it even better. And there were even some chants of EC Dub, EC Dub, EC Dub. You heard it. So, but really nothing more for me to say. This was my sleeper fight of the night. I'm giving this 3.5 to 4 stars. I don't give a damn if you agree with me or not. If I'm alone on this, so be it. It's okay. Damn it to hell, Bullock. This thing was absolutely fun. And this thing was far better than I could have imagined.
Oh, what did you give it, Florio? I couldn't hear.
I gave it 3.5 to 4.
You know what? I'll meet you at the 3.5. As far as I'm concerned, I mean, this was definitely a really good, last man standing match. Yeah, we saw a lot of things in this match. I mean, but the real stick move was obviously when Strowman hit that power slam from where they were standing. I mean, goodness gracious. I mean, that was just insane. So, yeah, I mean, there's really nothing more that needs to be said. So, yeah, 3.5 to 4 stars for me. So, or should I, just 3.5. Yeah. So, Dee Woodson, it's yours.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with about 3 stars. It seemed like it was a little long. Seemed like it dragged out a little bit. It was a little lethargic at times, but they did a really good job. Pulling it out in the end. I mean, they walking through the crowd, working, through the concession area, and everything. And there was a lot of drama there at the end and everything. So yeah, I mean, it was still a very well done match. Just I thought it could have been a little bit shorter in the end, but it is what it is. Definitely the right man won. So not much more I'm going to say about it. Fletch, it's yours.
All right. The next thing we had was the triple threat tag team match for the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. It was the New Day versus Heavy Machinery versus the defending champions, Daniel Bryan and Eric Rowan, which were, you could say, the Planet's champions. The winners of the bout in 14 minutes even. And new SmackDown Tag Team Champions for the 6th time. The New Day are the WWE World Tag Team Champions.
Because
New Day Rocks.
New Day Rocks.
Day Rocks. New Day Rocks. Anthony Florio, you lead off.
I knew there were going to be new champions, but not who I thought it would be. I thought Heavy Machinery was going to go over and get this one, but nonetheless, I didn't even think. I didn't even think about the fact that I guess they want to make the New Day the latest power stable in WWE. But we'll get into that in a smidge. But for right now, 3.25 to 3.5 stars. Another good match. As is typical with triple threat tag team matches, there was a stretch where everyone just took turns getting some ring time, but it grew into a dramatic match with some Shakespearean drama, with some big spots and some believable near falls. But nonetheless, congratulations to the New Day. Honestly, I felt like they didn't really need the titles right now, but at the same time, with Kofi Kingston, I guess they obviously want to make New Day a power stable right now. I'm fine with that. We've seen a lot of power stables where almost everybody had the gold. We saw it so many times, 4 Horsemen, NWO, DX, Undisputed Era, what have you. But nonetheless, another fun match. Crowd pop big for New Day winning, and I guess that's what it's all about. So once again, your WWE World Tag Team Champions, the New Day. New Day rocks. It is a new day. Yes, it is. So, in our version of the New Day, Michael Bullock's the Xavier Woods, because I'm sure you heard him do the trumpet, because Bullock does that trumpet better than any of us. MF is the Big E, because we all know how much MF loves to have fun and gets overly excited, and of course, leaving me as Kofi Kingston, Mr. Encouragement and Inspiration. That's how I am. So that's how we are as the New Day. So there's really nothing more to say. So Mr. Bullock, come on in. 3.25, 3.5 stars. It's a new day. Yes, it is. New Day rocks. New Day rocks. All right, Bullock, hit us with it.
Yeah, I mean, this was definitely a really good match here. I would say the same thing. 3.25, 3.5. I mean, I'm not surprised as well that the New Day was gonna walk out as the tag team champs again. I mean, I just didn't think it was gonna be soon. I mean, I thought maybe this would be Heavy Machinery's time. I mean, based on what we saw the last time when Heavy Machinery went up against Daniel Bryan and Eric Rowan. So maybe they're just not ready yet. So, but I'm pretty sure they will be somewhere down the line. But anyway, congratulations to the New Day, 6-time tag team champ. So nothing more to say. Dee Woodson, it is yours.
This is one that I'm actually kind of glad I was not right on. I'm kind of glad Daniel and Rowan kind of lost the titles here. Yeah, I would have liked to see Heavy Machinery win it, but I'm still glad to see New Day take the titles, become 6-time champions. I'm actually going to go a little higher than you guys because I really love this match. This was one of my big matches of the night. So I'm going 4 stars with this. It was really great. Loved how every time Daniel kicked Big E, he just kind of would buff up, and it would just kind of tick him off a little bit more to where he would, come back in the end and everything. So yeah, not much more I'm going to say about it. Fletch, it's yours.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Didi on this on the 4-star rating. This was an excellent match, no doubt about it. Incredible outcome. I don't think none of us ever would have thought New Day was going to walk out with the tag team titles again, but they do. And now they solidify themselves as not only the best team on SmackDown Live, because they were already the best team on SmackDown Live, but now it also solidifies them as practically the premier tag team in WWE, period. They have now surpassed the Usos as the best in the tag team division, at least in this iteration of WWE. And now they're in relified air now. 6-time tag team champions. What else is there to say? Heavy Machinery will get their moment soon enough. You got to think that Daniel Bryan and Eric Rowan will probably get another opportunity sometime down the line. But right now, it's a new day, and we're living in it, guys. So what is that going to be like? Holy cow, who knows? But whatever the case may be, we're going to have to wait and see. We're going to move on to the next fight of the night, which was for the United States title. AJ Styles fighting against the current champion Ricochet. When it was all said and done, the winner of the bout, 16 minutes, 30 seconds, and new United States champion, the phenomenal AJ Styles. All right, so I believe this goes to Michael Bullock. So, Mikey, you lead off, my friend. AJ, the new U.S. champion.
Yeah, I thought this was a good match, but I think a really good match. But the thing is, we had so much involvement from the club, which was expected. So I'm gonna take a little bit away from it. Not too much, but you know what? I could have given this 4.25 to based on the body of work, but because of the interference, I'm gonna have to teeter it down just a bit to an even 4 stars. I mean, this was just. I mean, we knew it was going to be good, but I just think it could have been better if we didn't have that much interference from the from Gallows and Anderson, even though we knew it was pretty much expected. But yeah, AJ Styles once again the United States champion. So yeah, there's really nothing more to say. DD Woodson, it is yours.
Yeah, I think we all were not really surprised to see the Peanut Gallery getting involved in this. So yeah, this pretty much solidifies, what was already established on Raw. The club is back. It's here, and they're going to do anything they can to win matches. Not I'm not a fan of the big interference stuff, and we had a lot of it in this. But yeah, I can go 3.25 to 4 stars on it. It was still a very good match. They really played really well off of each other, and everything. So yeah, not much I'm going to add to it. So Fletch, it's yours.
4 stars for me, no doubt about it. This was a very good match. I just didn't like the interference. I think that kind of took away at the end, but it is what it is. There's really nothing more to say about it. Anthony Florio, it's all yours, man.
3.75 to 4. That's the rating here. AJ kind of had to win there to retain any credibility as having a new edge with Anderson and Gallows at ringside with him. The match itself was really good. But it was really good start to finish. I mean, you can make an argument that this was the fight of the night right here. No big surprise, considering the talent involved. We knew they were going to steal the show. They always do. And there's a part of me that feels like AJ having the title is unnecessary. But, at the same time, since they turned them and, put the club back together, they really needed a credible moment here, and they did. They got just that here. I guess this derails the rumored push for Ricochet. I mean, I thought they were high on this guy. I guess maybe they're not as high on him as we thought. So, but only time will tell. Maybe this could lead to a possible rematch. Maybe in the SummerSlam. I don't know. We'll see. So really nothing more to say on this. 3.75 to 4. This was the fight of the night. You can make the argument for it. So nothing more to say. Michael Bullock, club afference rules here.
I already talked about it.
All right, then then MF move
Yeah,
on.
no. Mike Bullock led off on it. So the next fight we had, well, all right. I'm gonna call cutout here. It was Kevin Owens versus Dolph Ziggler. Owens wins the match in 17 seconds. Basically, I think we can all agree, worst fight of the night. We're not gonna waste any time on this. We're gonna get into the next fight, which was for the WWE Championship. Kofi Kingston versus Samoa Joe. Kofi Kingston wins the match at 9 minutes and 45 seconds to successfully defend the WWE Championship. Didi Woodson, I give it to you.
Yeah, I thought this was a good match. I'm going to actually give this one 4 stars as well. They did a really, really great job. It was very solid. There was a little bit of it that was a little disappointing at the same time, because of how it actually, the stuff with Joe came off. But, seeing Joe not get the title, it apparently is not his time either, or something. I don't know. But it was still a very good match to a point. It was definitely worthy of at least being on the pay-per-view compared to some of the other matches we had on here. So yeah, not much more I'm going to say about it. Like I said, I'm going to give it about a 4 star. So just because of the fact that it was a lot of action, and you got to see a lot of moves, and I'm not even going to say anything else. I'm getting tired, so it's your Fudge.
Three and a half to 3 3/4 is my rating. This was a very good match, no doubt about it. Kofi deserves to win the match. He deserves to keep the title. And based on what has happened here tonight, I think we're going to have a longer reign than expected. I think Kofi's going to keep the belt for a little while longer. So I got really nothing else to say. This was definitely a great match. And Anthony, it's yours.
3.5, 3 3/4. Given WWE's typical match style patterns, Joe's domination of 95% of the offense throughout the first 10 minutes or so telegraphed Kofi winning in the end this way. It was well done, but Samoa Joe, I mean, he took a big step backwards here. I don't know. I mean, this might be his final opportunity at becoming a world champion for a while. So that's really all there is. That's really the only nitpick here. But other than that, I mean, I'm glad the Kofi dream is still alive and well. So now the New Day is now the newest power stable in WWE. They have all the gold now. Kofi Kingston as the WWE champion, Big E and Xavier as the tag team champs. Oh boy, I can only imagine Tuesday night, SmackDown Live at the Worcester Centrum. Oh my goodness, there's gonna be a New Day party.
There's gonna be a party going down on Tuesday night. Can't wait.
We witnessed one when they came to Providence, when Big E quote unquote came back.
And bring out those pancakes.
Oh yeah.
They're gonna be pancakes, and they're gonna be a whole lot more. So break out the balloons and party hats come Tuesday night in the Worcester Centrum. So nothing more to say on this. 3.5, 3 3/4. I agree with the rating. Another one of the top fights of the night. So Michael Bullock, we've got ourselves a brand new power stable. The New Day's got all the gold now.
Yes, they now hold all the gold now because of this successful title defense by Kofi Kingston. 3.5 stars. I do agree on the rating. So yeah, there's really nothing more to say. Let's just move on, Fletch.
All right. Well, I'm going to have to do 2 for 1. But, guys, here we go. This is it. So, it was winner take all. The mixed tag team match under Extreme Rules for both the WWE Universal Championship and the Raw Women's Championship. The champions, Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch versus the challengers Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans. When it was all said and done, the winners of the bout, Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch, they successfully defend their respective titles. Seth Rollins keeps the Universal title. Becky Lynch keeps the Raw Women's title. However, wait a minute. The Money in the Bank came into play. Brock Lesnar comes out, cashes in on Seth Rollins, and the winner of the bout in 15 seconds. And once again, Universal Champion Brock Lesnar. Oh my God. Anthony, I am so sorry, bro. Brock is taking Raw hostage again. Unfortunately, you don't get to lead off on this because I believe it goes to Michael Bullock. Mike, you got to cover this.
Keep the rants brief. Keep the rants brief. We all have work in the morning. Come on.
And no F-bombs. Please.
All right. As far as the match, well, the winner take all. I'll give this about another 3.5 stars as far as I'm concerned. But as soon as I heard the music of Brock Lesnar, I was thinking, like, I hope they're not doing this. And then when he cashed in and hit the F5, I'm like, I'm basically being like Jim Ross and saying, kick out, Seth, kick out. And when that 3 went down, I'm like, really, WWE? I thought we were done with this nonsense. I thought we were done with Brock Lesnar as the Universal Champion. But you had the nerve and the audacity to put this title back on him? I'm sorry, Florio. Monday Night Raw is screwed. Brock Lesnar has taken the show hostage again, along with your title. Yeah, this has got bad news written all over it. Yeah. Congratulations, WWE, you bunch of morons. And now, not only you pissed off members of the IWC, but you got some people canceling their WWE network. And for some, I don't blame them. So, yeah, I really got nothing more to say. Dee, please, just take it. Please go. I'm freaking done with this.
Okay, WWE. If it's Extreme Rules, why was there men versus men and women versus women? Because Extreme Rules usually means no rules. 2, since you said it was men versus men and women versus women, then why was Corbin allowed to do his finisher on Becky Lynch? It did set Seth off, though. He went crazy, as expected. So yeah, I'll give it about 2 3/4 for that. But as for after that, come on, really? We just had all this. Wouldn't you think you would rather cash this in on a major pay-per-view like SummerSlam instead of doing it on a minor pay-per-view like Extreme Rules? And then doing it, of course, the cheapest way you can, because Brock Lesnar has to be our A game. He has to be our number one. Okay, Brock, why don't you come out and just tell us what kind of blackmail you've got going on with Vince McMahon? What's got you? Is it the money? Are you just trying to soak him dry for all the cash you can get so that you can lavish your wife? Oh, none of us wanted to see Lesnar with either the Universal or the WWE title. Now he's got the stupid Universal title again, which means now, unfortunately, the minor title is the big title. So you can pretty much say AJ Styles is going to be running the show because we probably will never see Lesnar again until what? Christmas?
No, SummerSlam.
Ugh. I hope so. I hope
He's got it. It's a major pay-per-view. I'm pretty sure Lesnar will be at SummerSlam.
He better be at SummerSlam. That's what I'm. That's all I can say.
Yeah, so.
Because this is a bunch of BS. What he does. I mean, the stipulation for these titles is supposed to be they defend them every 30 days. Have they done that lately?
Up to this point, like if you're talking lately, like now, yes, everybody's been playing the even playing field. If you're talking about Lesnar, no, he has not played that. He has not been playing the playing field.
Well, there's a couple of others that they haven't. Like we went a couple of months where like the Raw tag team titles didn't get defended. Where's the Iconics? They're only defending on
house shows.
Yeah, house shows and jobbers. So yeah, I mean they're
supposedly the last time they put the belts on the line was about 2 weeks ago. I believe it was in Japan against the Kabuki Warriors. And the titles were on the line.
And the story that I found out on those titles was the only reason they were created was for the Bellas, who aren't even wrestling anymore.
Well, Nikki's retired because of injuries. Yeah.
Yeah. So now they're pretty much kind of writing that one as they go along because they don't know what they're going to do with it since it was created for the twins. Well, you got a lot of women that you could team together and, you already got it on one team. So let's, get some teams together. Let's get the Kabuki Warriors and the Iconics on SummerSlam. Let's get that going. Let's get Lesnar in something legitimate since he's got the stupid title that he doesn't even deserve because all he's doing is blackmailing WWE to get whatever money he can get so he can shower his wife Sable with anything she wants. So that I'm done with my high horse. Take it.
All right, very well. 3 stars for the Extreme Rules fight, no doubt about it. I'm relieved that Lesnar doesn't have the WWE title. That's now Raw's problem. As far as possible opponents, Braun, God forbid Roman. Even though Roman's a SmackDown guy, but they're gonna want to give it. They want to see Roman try to save the day again. Seth has to get another shot at the belt. I mean, there's no way after all that stuff for him to lose it like that on a Money in the Bank cash in. Poor Seth, man. He's gotten burned by the Money in the Bank not once but twice. He got burned by Dean Ambrose because of Money in the Bank. So, I mean, Seth, what the heck, man? You went through a war tonight, saw your girl get taken out, and now you just lost the belt. You just lost the Universal title to Brock Lesnar, man. You're the one that basically dropped the belt. So if Anthony Flair's angry at you, he's going to come guns blazing at you because you're the one that just caused Brock Lesnar to win it. So, all right. There's really nothing more to say. Mr. Monday Night Raw, the Beast Incarnate just took your show and basically he's got your show on hostage, and on top of that, Paul Heyman's the executive director of Monday Night Raw. Good luck with this one.
I think you see it in my screen here. I think you see it. See what I have in there? That's
Yeah, I see it.
That's me in a nutshell. Right there. All right. Now, what was the consensus rating for this match? About 3 or so?
About 3, yeah.
Yeah. Main event was decent for what it was. Obviously I'm not big on the man-on-woman violence, but I do like that it was presented as despicable to the point that even heel commentator Corey Graves said Baron Corbin went too far, and that Rollins immediately destroyed Corbin and got the fall on him. Post-match title change does less for me. Okay, it's fun in the moment to get a Money in the Bank cash in and a title change. For that, I'll give it. But the end result is that we're right back to part-time Brock Lesnar as Universal Champion again. I'm over it. Can they do anything to make this feel fresh? Answer, no. It's going to be no, and it's always going to be no. I mean, there's a lot of things. Pointless, unnecessary, unacceptable, inexcusable, irresponsible, borderline reprehensible. Absolutely effing not. I will not accept it. I will not stand for this. That is not okay. It is not okay. Absolutely not. No, thank you. Not again. In the immortal words of Wayne Campbell from Maine's World, oh, Jesus, God, no. Not again. Why? Why me? No. I'll do you one better. I'll do you one better. MF, I'm going to bring back one of your old favorites. Why me? Why me? Why me? You know what that's from.
Yeah, I know where that's from.
22, Moses, you idiot. WWE, you're all a bunch of Moseses. You're a bunch of idiots. And that's the Moses I mean. I'm not talking about the Moses in the Bible. I'm not talking about that one at all.
You're a bunch of scumbags.
I'm talking about the Moses from that Monday Nitro.
Idiots.
Yep, the idiots are back.
Yep.
Oh, it's back.
Monkey Riders.
Yep.
You build up Seth Rollins. You give him another epic WrestleMania moment to go along with his cash-in moment at 31. He wins the Universal title. We're thinking all is right with the world. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus, and everything else. That was like Moses parting the Red Sea. Well, the Red Sea is back. And unfortunately, the storm is back. And the enemy, this is like the enemy taking over. That's all there is to say about that. We go from, the sun and the clouds and all that good stuff, but our stormy days are back. And 2 weeks ago, we thought Raw was turning the corner. They had that great show. Last week was a dumpster fire, and who knew it was only going to be a harbinger of things to come. And Heyman as executive director, I do have optimism about it. 2 weeks ago, that was clearly his show. His fingerprints were all over that show. But last week, that was a Vinnie Mac and Kevin Dunn show. And obviously, Vinnie Mac and Kevin Dunn obviously feel that Brock Lesnar as the Universal Champion holding it hostage, best for business. Forget the SummerSlam. We're not going to see that damn thing until WrestleMania. That's all there is to say about that. He's holding that damn thing until WrestleMania 36. And we're going to have to suffer through this long national nightmare again. So, 22 indeed. So, oh, man alive. MF, you better be getting on your damn hands and knees, and you better be saying, hallelujah, thank you, Jesus, that this didn't happen to you and Kofi Kingston. You better be getting down on your damn hands and knees for that.
Honestly, I honestly thought that SmackDown was going to lose their belt because of the fact about the Fox thing and the whole 9 yards and what just happened. and I'm stunned. I was stunned that they actually that he went after the Universal title. But you know, I gotta say it. You know, it happens. Money in the Bank. That's the scary part of the Money in the Bank. You don't know when it's gonna happen. You don't know when it's gonna come. And sure enough, bang! It blows up, and we're all feeling it tonight. Am I feeling bad? Absolutely. It sucks that Lesnar's the champion again. Nobody wanted that. It let alone it being back on Monday Night Raw. So yeah, am I sad that it happened to you? Absolutely. I feel bad. I'm not as pissed off or as anything else. In a way, I'm angry, but I'm not that angry.
The most undeserving to hold it. I'd rather have freaking Baron Corbin as the Universal Champion.
No. Oh, hell no, Florio. Now you're going too far on that.
I take it back.
Does anybody have a bar of soap to wash his mouth out with?
I'm kidding.
Didi, get that checkered apron right now and beat the living daylights out of Florio for that.
I take it back. I
understand if you. I understand.
That's
but
just frustrating.
That was you just went crazy talk just a second ago on that one, Florio.
I'm kidding.
Whoa.
I take it all back. Please, I don't want to face a firing squad. Please, no firing squad. That's all there is to say about that. Please. So, but anyways, that was just frustration. That's all there is to say about that. That's just absolute frustration. I had to get it out. So, yeah, not this BS again. Yeah, that's it. I mean, I feel like Chris Jericho. I feel like Chris Jericho saying WWE are geniuses for this. Yeah. So, AEW. So, I could just do the AEW sign like Bret Hart when he did the WCW. You remember that? I'm pretty much on that road. John Moxley time.
I would be surprised Derek Ferrer is doing that because he's already canceled his WWE Network subscription.
Well, I'm not going to be.
I said the same thing too, and I even commented on it, and even Derek Ferrer said, Michael Bullock, I respect your decision.
Yep.
Well,
and that's exactly what he said. So,
and I told him I respect his decision,
which was
that he canceled the WWE Network.
Yeah, he's not the only one.
Well, look, I'm gonna say it like this. Am I angry enough to cancel the WWE Network? No, I'm not. And as a matter of fact, I won't. I'm not going to cancel the network.
Too valuable.
Yeah, absolutely. Do I respect the decision of people canceling the network? Yes, I do. Because I know a lot of people feel like this is the same old junk and everything else. But I will openly admit this. And this might actually get me in trouble. Especially with one Derek Ferrera. Because I know how much of a mark that he is for AEW. For the most part, last night, because they had their
Fight for the Fallen.
Fight for the Fallen. But to be really honest with you, that show wasn't anywhere, like, it was good, but it was nowhere close to even being great. One major problem I have with it is their commentary. I'm sorry. Excalibur is good, but not great. Alex Corvus or Alex whatever.
Huh? Alex Marvez.
Alex Marvez sucks. I don't even want him. Get him out of there. He's done. Jim Ross. I know I'm going to do something blasphemous right now.
He has to
and I know Derek Ferrer is really going to come at me for this. And Didi, you might be getting that bar of soap from me. I don't know if Jim Ross is really the guy that you want for AEW. I mean, he does great, but I think he's kind of out of his league here. With the independent guys, when he was in a WCW or WWE structure, he's great. And I kind of feel like he didn't really do that great with New Japan. And I kind of feel the same way with AEW. I kind of feel like he's a fish out of water. He doesn't really connect like any other. And a lot of people have been saying that. A lot of people have been saying how atrocious the commentary has been. I think the one guy that would be great for AEW would be Kevin Kelly because of the fact that he does for New Japan. He gets it. He knows it. I think they really need Kevin Kelly more than Jim Ross.
Is he still ROH?
No, somebody else does Ring of Honor.
Oh, all right.
But he's the lead commentator for New Japan Pro Wrestling. And I really feel like he would be better for AEW than Jim Ross. There, I said it. If you want to come at me, bro. That's all I'm saying. All right, this is getting a little too long. So
let's get the overall review.
Overall review, just give me a number. If you want to give a brief summary about it, then go. Open form. Just go.
Let's let Dee Dee go since she has to go right away.
Yeah. So Dee Dee, you're first.
Well, for one, at least 2 of these matches on the main card should have been the pre-show match instead of the titles. I already pretty much kind of said most of my thoughts on what I thought of the main event. But I'll give it probably, I think overall, I'll give it a 7, even though the ending sucked totally, because it pretty much killed all the momentum that we had. I mean, this was a great night until you got to that ending where it just kind of all fell apart. Even with the cutouts, I mean, it was still a really strong show, doing really well. You know, a couple of little clunky things here and there, little nitpicks here and there. Then you bring out that. I'm not going to rehash it. We've all already pretty much said our piece on it. But you guys better fix your mistake, WWE, or do something about this, because I have a feeling that if Lesnar holds this title too long, you're going to have more than just Derek Ferrera that's going to be cutting off their WWE memberships. I already know Kevin over here already said that he's not watching Monday Night Raw. I'm only watching Raw because of this show here. That's the only reason I'm watching it, because as of right now, you pretty much pissed me off. And that's not always an easy thing to do. Because I'm to the point I could possibly do the same thing Derek is too, but I'm not, because of the fact that I like what I see on NXT. I like being able to watch some of the other stuff behind the scenes, like the Ricochet Chronicles and all that kind of stuff that they got going on. I like those kind of things. I like the documentaries. But this crap right here is going to cost you big time in viewership, subscriptions, probably even butts in the seats, because people don't want to pay to see a show with no champion. There you go. See you tomorrow night. Good night.
7 out of 10 for me. Good show. The main event, yikes. That's all I'm going to say about that. Anthony, quick thought.
8. I'm giving it an 8, even with the bad rating, even with the bad main event. Strong show. But it's the same story this month, and the build to most of the matches left something to be desired. But once the wrestlers took over at the pay-per-view, they ended up delivering a satisfying show, even though the ending pissed all of us off, especially me. But so, it turned in a very good show. Multiple title changes. Shinsuke Nakamura, Intercontinental Champion. AJ Styles, U.S. Champ. New Day, Tag Team Champions. We all fell hook, line, and sinker for yet another cruel tease of a Lesnar cash-in, but unfortunately, our long national nightmare is back, and hey, at least we had a few good months. So there's to say about that. We had 3 good months. Nothing to look back on, but we're not going to have a full-time champion until Mania. Sorry. But it's still an 8 out of 10. The event was just still way too good, even with that egregious ending. Nothing more to say. It's an 8 for me. Bullock, wrap it up.
Yeah, 8 out of 10 for me. You guys pretty much said everything. Let's just wrap it up before I really go off on this whole thing.
Ridiculously Raw starts tomorrow night at 11 p.m. Eastern as we have the fallout from tonight's Extreme Rules about Monday Night Raw. Paul Heyman will be in full control as executive director of the show. On top of that, the Tony's Take, 205 Live, Impact Wrestling. We got that Tuesday night, 10:30 Eastern. It is the Cerebral Smack Talk, as we will have the fallout on the SmackDown side. Of course, the New Day will be celebrating over the fact that now they got all the gold, tag team titles, WWE title, and no Brock Lesnar to worry about. Kofi is safe, but he's got a new challenger. Who's that going to be? We'll find out then. And of course, if there's a Mikey's Mindset, I'll hit something up. I might talk about this All Elite Wrestling, why I was a very lukewarm, as they say, about this show. And then, of course, Friday night, Strictly Sports, 10:30 Eastern. No docket as of yet. We will have something down the line, and we'll set that up for you until then. So, for Anthony Floyo, for DD Woodson, for Michael Bullock, I'm Mike Fletcher. Have a good night, everybody. So long for now. Bye-bye.